I believe we need to talk about it because the theme of today's event is what's next, and not everybody is taking such a forward-facing sort of approach to storytelling as everyone else. And I think at Mashable, one of the things we're doing is utilising technology to allow us to tell the right stories in engaging and interesting ways so that people will take those and then share them. We do that by utilising artificial intelligence and machine learning, and that enables us to predict what is going to share and what is going to be popular. And I'm not sure that that occurs everywhere. In fact, I know it doesn't occur everywhere. So I think it's important that when we talk about what's next, we can talk about things like how artificial intelligence can impact storytelling. So the way we use artificial intelligence in sort of predicting behaviours is through a piece of technology called Velocity. Velocity analyses around 300 million different links, essentially, and it analyses them every 30 seconds. It gives us a view on how a story is behaving at any given time, and it also then uses the artificial intelligence to predict where that story is going to end up. With any given story, we understand where the saturation point for that story is. The saturation point is where it's had 95% of its shares, and once it reaches that point, we know that it's not something we need to be talking about or promoting. So we can curate our homepage, we can curate the stories we seed on social channels by understanding when those saturation points are. It will always hit that organic sort of long tail of shares, but it's not something we need to force. That will happen in the social sphere, whatever we do. I think as a publishing industry, we do need to be more experimental. We shouldn't necessarily have our audience as guinea pigs, but what we should be trying to do is understand their behaviours more and then trialling things. I guess it is interesting. We're not a huge legacy business that is struggling to move from print to digital. So we are able to sort of be at the forefront and pioneer not only how we tell stories on different social platforms, but how we utilise data and artificial intelligence to curate our platform. I believe that as an industry, if we want to really get audiences to interact in a far deeper way with our content, we need to meet them where they are. So it's not just good enough to have a sort of a one solution fits all for every platform. How you approach LinkedIn and the type of content you put on it is going to be extremely different from how you approach Instagram or Snapchat or Vine. Relating it to the audience and the way they interact with those platforms will make such a big difference. You know, the way people swipe left or right on content, all of those engagements and recognizing the form factors of the devices will lead to greater engagement. It does take different levels of resourcing. That is a challenge for legacy businesses, and it's something in our business we address very proactively so that we can meet the latest platforms, you know, whether it's Meerkat or Periscope. We can be on those platforms doing engaging things that mean something to the audience. It's always such a difficult question to answer in terms of predicting what's going to be big for this year. The easy answer is always mobile, mobile, mobile. I think being platform agnostic should be a given for everyone. If you're not there now, then you're going to miss a real trick. I think the homepage is dead, and I think it's really important that, as I mentioned before, you meet the audience where they are. Do not expect people to address your domain or reach your homepage. It's not the be all and end all. And as a result of that, I think we'll see different engagements in terms of advertising as well, which I think in terms of commercializing platforms is very important. So yeah, I think those are some of the subjects. I always think that data and artificial intelligence are going to be out there because for me, it's not about collecting data, it's about using data, and AI allows you to do that.